I made a purchase, an amazing purchase. I'm going hiking on Saturday. So I have bought myself some new hiking boots. I bought some gloves. I bought waterproof leggings and a jacket. I'm so excited because for the longest time, I've just been hiking with just my leggings. And there's not so great hiking boots that I bought at the very last minute before a hike that I had to go on. I bought them from Primark. They have lasted me for years, but they are not the most comfy. So on long journeys, they're not comfortable at all. So I knew that for this one, I wanted to be comfortable because I'm going to be doing it on my own and I'm not going to have the luxury of complaining for the whole hike. So I am going to be unboxing this and trying it on just to make sure that I'm well prepared for Saturday, because if something doesn't fit, I need to make sure that I order a replacement by tonight so I can get it tomorrow, Friday, because I am going to be hiking on Saturday. So I won't be able to order it any other time. So let's unbox this. But first, I need to scribble my address out before I start filming this. I've just come back from the gym and I passed by Tesco's just to buy everything that I'm going to need for tomorrow. I'm going to be going up Mount Keen and I thought I'd show you guys all the stuff that I bought for myself to make sure that I'm well prepared for this hike. This is going to be my first ever solo hike. I've done many, many long walks on my own. They've been around areas where there are lots of people. So I always felt like, you know what, I am safe. If anything happens, there's someone around to make sure that I'm not in any danger. But this is going to be my first ever solo hike on my own in an area, especially in winter, in an area where I'm not really familiar with the place. It's likely not going to be as busy just because most people don't want to be hiking in winter. So I will show you guys everything that I bought myself to prepare for this. The most important things I needed to get are my equipment. Just because I'm going to be on my own, I needed to make sure that I'm safe and I am well protected from any snow, rain, cold, wind, anything of that sort. I also needed to make sure that I bought the right food to fuel me for the whole hike. It's going to be about 5 to 6 hours altogether. That means up and down. So I needed to make sure that I have enough food to fuel me for that whole journey. I bought food that I can have just before I leave because I'm going to be driving to the place for about an hour, 30 minutes at 6 a.m. to get there for around 8 a.m. so that I can be down and ready to drive back home by about 4ish p.m. And that's accounting for all the stops I'm going to be making to take some pictures. So I needed to make sure that I have food that's not going to take so much time to prepare. I can have cold and I don't have to heat up. But also, I needed to make sure that I have enough water and liquid to keep me going. So the first piece of equipment that I bought are these lovely, lovely gloves. They are waterproof and very, very thick, to be honest. I feel like this is going to be one of the most important things just because I tend to get very cold easily, especially my hands and my feet. They're very, very well insulated. The next thing I ordered are these a pair of leggings. They are waterproof as well. I have loads of leggings because I go to the gym and all, but they are not waterproof at all. So I needed to make sure that I was safe with these. They are from Bailiff or however you pronounce that. The next piece of equipment I bought, this massive, massive jacket. I purposely went oversized, like really, really oversized. It's a waterproof jacket. This is also the first ever waterproof jacket that I've ever bought for myself. It's very, very baggy so that I can layer items. I tried it on yesterday after I received it, and I put on a jumper underneath it, and it was still perfectly fine to zip up and, feel very mobile. I also purposely made it oversized so that I can still be mobile while wearing it because I find with a lot of like big jackets like this, if you buy your actual size, you become very stiff and you can't move about freely. And I wanted to make sure that whatever jacket I get for myself, I can still move about. Next up on the stuff that I bought, we have these lovely, lovely hiking boots. The most important things, if not the most important thing, that I need to get for this hike are these hiking boots, like new hiking boots that I've specifically good quality and can last me for a while, and I can be comfortable when I hike long distances. So next up on equipment, we have this headlamp. I'm going to be making sure that I'm up and down the summit just before it gets dark, so I don't really need it, but it's in case of an emergency. If something happens, I get injured and I'm stuck up there, or suddenly there's loads of snow or fog or whatever, this is something that is very, very important to have. And finally, on equipment that I had to purchase specifically for this hike, we have this power bank. That is everything that we have on the equipment that we bought. Next up, I'm going to be talking through the food that I purchased for this hike. First up, on the food that I bought for this hike, we have bananas. Bananas are obviously a very, very good source of quick energy. I bought this evening from Tesco's. For whatever reason, I got 5 of them, but I'm probably going to be taking 2 or 3 of them for the hike. And keeping the theme alive on fruit, I also bought this fruit mix. We have strawberries, grapes, and blueberries. I think that is everything in there. This was also from Tesco's. I don't know why I got this. I think it's just easier to eat. Next up, we have this luxury fruit and nut mix. So this has a bunch of nuts and fruit in it. I bought this specifically because my coach suggested it, my nutrition coach. So I thought, why not? I also got some dates. I'm not going to be taking all of these things as they are. I'm not going to be carrying all of these dates because that is just ridiculous. I'm going to be packing them into my tiny little lunch boxes before I put them in my bag for tomorrow. I'm going to be doing that after this actually. Next up, we have beef jerky. I love beef jerky. I don't even think I need it for tomorrow, but I bought it just because why not? My coach suggested sandwiches, and this is my favorite. So I just bought 2 of them. I also realized that I forgot a piece of equipment. This is the last thing that I bought for myself for tomorrow. We have these hand warmers. Something else that's very, very similar that I purchased are foot warmers. These are meant to last up to 8 hours, but they work exactly the same way that these work. I have just arrived. It took me about an hour, 30 minutes to drive here, and I'm just going to get started just because I don't have the luxury to wait around and start a bit later, just because my aim is to be done before it gets dark. So it's 8:30 a.m. right now. The aim is to take a few breaks here and there if I need them, have a little bit of a snack, drink some more water, and just rest a little bit. I am going to be getting started now. I'm just going to put on my jacket, take the necessary things that I need because I know it's going to get colder the higher up that I get. But I will see you guys in a bit. It's just sunrise at the moment and it already looks so beautiful, and I haven't even gone far at all. I'm so excited. I am a bit anxious and nervous because this is like the first proper hike that I've done by myself, so I'm a bit nervous, but I think it's gonna be okay, and I'm gonna love it so much that the nerves are just gonna wear off by the time that I get to the top. I am about 32 minutes into a hike that's supposed to be taking me about 2 hours 50 minutes each way, and I keep stopping to ask myself what the heck possessed me to do this. One thing that I cannot fully comprehend is what was the person that invented hiking as some sort of like recreational activity? What were they going through? Because you have to be going through something. I think it's fun to like challenge yourself and to push your limits all the time, and I love it, to be honest. But I think one of the biggest motivators for people to do things like hiking is probably like something emotional or mental. So I wonder, like, the person that invented this as like a recreational activity rather than as a means of going from point A to point B. What were they going through? These are the things I'm thinking about as I walk by myself. Oh my freaking days. I am climbing the mountain now, and was so difficult. I haven't even gotten too far to be honest, and I'm already like dying. I had to put on my beanie just because it's getting very, very windy, and I needed to properly cover my ears with something that's not going to be moving around like this stuff. I'm dying, but I'm loving it. I know at the end of this I'm going to be so happy and emotional that I did it, even though it was a challenge. I'm literally gonna cry, but this time for a good reason. I am so close to the top. That's the very top. To think I almost gave up just a few minutes ago. Oh my days, I am so glad I kept going. I am stopping like every minute, and honestly it's helpful. And I'm just like really, really happy that I did this. I'm so tired. I cannot wait to go home and just like question my life decisions and what the heck happened in my life to have brought me to this moment. Started this hike at sunrise. It is sunset and I'm still doing the hike, but at least this time I'm on my way back to my car. And it's not warm, but it's not as cold as it was up there, just because I'm getting further and further away from the top. I'm really, really proud of myself because this was the most physically challenging and demanding thing that I've ever done, especially on my own, and I loved it. Honestly, I enjoyed every second of it, but I also wanted to cry every second of it because it was really, really challenging. And I think more than physically challenging, it was mentally challenging because there were so many times I was like, I'm just going to give up and go back home. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges when you're doing something like this by yourself. If you're in a group and you think like, oh my days, I hate this, I want to go back home, it's easy for the people around you to encourage you, and chances are all of you are not going to feel that way at the same time. So it's easy for you guys to motivate each other. For most people, hiking with a group of people is very enjoyable, more than like hiking by yourself. But honestly, I've really, really enjoyed this. I think since moving to Scotland, I haven't met a lot of people that enjoy the same things that I enjoy. So it was very, very important for me to do this on my own and like realize that, you know what, you don't need to wait till you have like a good group of friends or a boyfriend or whatever to do the things that you enjoy. So I'm really, really proud of myself, mainly for that reason, that I took on this challenge and I took it on my own, and I was able to do it and not give up even when I felt like giving up. I mean, I didn't end up going to the very top, and I had like less than 10 minutes to get to the top, but that was mainly because visibility was reducing quite drastically, and because it's so steep and there's so much snow, it just wasn't safe for me to keep going, especially on my own. So I thought, you know what, it's safer to turn back around, and I will still take it as I achieved this, because I was literally like one last steep incline away from reaching the very top of the summit. So it sucks that I didn't get to the very top, but I still take it as like, you know what, you did it, girl. It's been about 6 days since the hike, and while editing the video, I realized that I forgot to do an outro for the video. So I'm just here to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed watching me suffer on my first ever solo hike. I'm going to be doing this again in about 8 days if the weather allows. I am hoping to vlog that experience a bit better than I did this one. I had so much footage for this vlog, but unfortunately I didn't have my mic with me, so the sound is just horrible. I'm not going to torture you guys by adding that horrible audio quality to the video, but I hope that this video still is enjoyable for you guys, and I hope that it motivates you to do the things that you want to do, even if it means doing them by yourself.